We're going to start in child's pose. Ooh, Anna, something okay? Everything okay? Yeah, just. Okay, so setting yourself up in your child's pose. Luna, you stay over there. Connect. Connect with the mat beneath you. Connect with Mother Earth. Like surrendering your body in this moment. And dropping everything, dropping whatever happened this morning, dropping expectation, so that you can just be here in this moment, feeling every part of your practice, feeling your body, feeling your breath. Start to bring your attention to the breath coming in, the breath going out. Let the seat bones be really heavy, seat bones dropping down towards the heels, muscles relaxed, letting go of whatever doesn't need to be here right now. 2 clearing breaths to start. So fill up as much as you can, feeling the belly expand, the chest rise. Pause at the top. Sip in a bit more air. And then open your mouth and exhale all the air out. Clearing, clearing, clearing. And then one more big breath in, filling up as much as you can. Pausing at the top, sip in a tiny bit more, and then clear all the air out. Empty, 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 pushing that final bit of air out at the bottom. And then on the next inhale, come up to tabletop. And just start to circle around on the wrists. So count clockwise to start, a few circles. As you move, maybe start to make them a little bit bigger. Moving around on the wrist, feeling into the fingertips as you come forward. And then as you go back, sinking the hips, coming a little bit into the heel of the hand. And then start to move in an opposite direction. Belly's engaged as you move, integrity in the spine. And starting to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. And then come back to your tabletop, plant your hands, lift your right knee up. So your knee's bent, and we're gonna take circles with the right knee, sort of painting big circles, make them as big as you can, getting into the hip joints. Yeah, and the hips might open a little bit as you do this. We'll do a few one direction. And then go the opposite direction. Paying attention to the lower belly, pulling the lower belly in and really pressing into both hands. Okay, and then lower that knee down. Let's do a cat-cow to reset. Inhaling, you drop the belly, look up. And then exhale, round the spine, press the mat away, let the head just dangle for a moment. And come back to neutral. Pluck up the left leg and take your circles with the left knee, left hip. Pressing into the finger pads. And then go the opposite direction. Lower that left knee down, cat-cow to reset. Inhaling, Drop the belly and exhale, round. Come back to tabletop, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. First down dog of the day, first down dog of your practice. So just move into it, pedaling the feet, shaking the head. Any organic movement that feels nourishing for you. And then let's come to stillness. Walk your feet towards your hands. Hang in ragdoll. Let it drop. Grab opposite elbow, opposite wrist. Sway if you want to sway. Bounce if you want to bounce. Or if you're craving stillness, you stay still. Wherever you are, feel into the feet, the four corners of the feet grounding you. The belly pulling in. And as you pull the belly in, you can feel the crown of the head drop down a little bit more. And then relax the arms down. Big toes together to touch. Come into a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. And then fold forward down the legs. On empty, rise all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up, gaze up. And then exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Shut your eyes. Set your intention for practice today. Something you need to call forth. Something to keep you present on the mat. And we'll start with one Om. Breathe in. Open the eyes, press down through the feet, reach up, extended mountain, stretching through the fingertips, and exhale, fold. Pulling the belly in as you fold down, the head drops. Halfway lift, length, squeezing the shoulder blades together, hands to the mat, high plank. Pause for a moment in this high plank and feel into the foundation. So your big toe mounds are pressing down. Heels are energized up. Yeah, maybe even a little shift forward and back, just feeling where the big toes are, the little toe mound, and then settle so that shoulders are over the wrists and press down firmly into the hands. Take a huge breath in and a long breath out. One more breath in, shift forward. And as you exhale, start to lower down. Chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale to a cobra or an up dog. Elbows squeeze in, 10 toes pressing down. Downward facing dog. Clear the breath out and reset here. Theme of the week is no rain, no flowers. Sometimes it's a little messy on the mat. Sometimes it's a little messy in life. Embrace it, because without it, we don't grow. We don't transform. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Walk to the front. Halfway lift and bow. Rise all the way up to stand. Hugging into the midline as you reach up, gaze up, and exhale, fold. Starting to move in line with your breath like a moving meditation. Halfway lift, fill up. High to low plank. Moving through your vinyasa, taking whatever modification you need. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. The hips go back. Thigh bones press towards the back of the space. Spread your fingers as wide as possible and press into the finger pads. Okay, from there, elbows drop down towards the mat. So the biceps are spiraling forward, triceps back, and press the thigh bones back even more. One more breath in and a long breath out. Look forward, walk, step, or jump to the front. Half lift. Fold forward down the legs. On empty, rise up to stand, pulling into the middle of the body as you reach the fingers high, and exhale, fold. Intentionally pulling the belly in, Halfway lift, high to low plank, your vinyasa. Upward facing dog, fill. Downward facing dog, clear. Reset right here, feeling into the hands, the feet, spreading the toes, creating space in the body. Heels dropping down towards the mat. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't, who cares? But feel the sensation of the heels pulling down, gravity pulling them down. And then take one more breath in. Long breath out. On empty, look forward. Feet to hands. Flat back. Bow down. Rise to stand. And fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. Down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. One more breath here. And a really long breath out. On empty, travel to the front. Halfway lift. Shoulder blades squeeze in and fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit deep, hug in, feeling the four corners of the feet, tailbone dropping and the chest lifts up a little bit. Fingers sparkled up to the sky and bow. Fold forward down the legs, halfway lift, high to low plank, moving through your vinyasa like a moving meditation, moving in line with the breath. Upward facing dog, press the mat away. Downward facing dog, the hips go back. Right side warrior one. Right foot lands inside the right thumb tip and you reach up, gaze up. High to low plank, flowing through. Intentional with every movement. Upward facing dog, fire up your legs. Downward facing dog, press the hips back. Left side warrior one. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, high to low, flowing through, moving with your breath. Elbows in as you lower and then upward facing. Downward facing dog, reset right here. No rain, no flowers. Let it get a little messy. Be okay with it being a little messy and then reset. Use the breath to reset. Use the foundations to reset. Your hands, your feet, core. Look forward. Come up on the tiptoes, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and hop to the front. Flat back, length. Fold forward. Chair, one breath. Sit as deep as you can and hug in and fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. You root down, you hug into the middle and you rise up. High to low plank. Your flow. Flow with your breath. If it's a little faster, fine. If it's a little slower, fine. We meet in downward facing dog. Left side Virabhadrasana. One. Rooting down through the feet, pulling into the core, expressing your warrior one up. High to low. Flow through. Feeling every part of your practice. Downward facing dog. Nod the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Nod the head, yes. A yes for whatever happens on the yoga mat today. Feet to hands. Flat back and bow. Chair pose. And fold. Halfway lift. Legs hugging in towards one another. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Press the mat away. Downward facing dog, the hips go back. Right side warrior one. And pause. Feeling the feet press into earth. Lift all 10 toes up. And as you do that, try to hug that right hip back. Tailbone drops as the chest bone lifts up. Look up towards the hands. Hands to the mat, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. The feet root. Mula Bandha hugs in and you rise up. And then pause here for a moment. Legs super strong. So the leg muscles hugging into the leg bones. Pit of the belly's pulling in and up. And you're expressing through the hands. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And open the mouth, sigh it out. Ah. Feet together to touch at the back. Right leg lifts all the way up. And before you bend, before you open, just pause and feel that right leg lifting up as much as you can, like you're trying to touch the ceiling and even extend beyond the ceiling. With all that length, now bend the knee, stack your hip, and stay or flip. Pressing down through the right hand, if you're in your flip dog, hugging the arm muscles to the arm bone, and then the hips go up, head drops back, high plank to side plank, left arm in the air, moving into it, transitioning, feeling the transition, and then expressing yourself. Your fullest expression could be a leg up, could be a leg in tree. It could be a knee down on the mat. Your practice, you do you. High to low plank. Upward facing dog, fill up. Downward facing dog, clear out. Feet together to touch, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Do your thing, stay or flip. And if you stay, you're reaching that left knee up as much as possible, relaxing the neck down. 2 eyes to 1 point, your drishti. When you focus on one thing, you see everything. High plank to low plank. Through your vinyasa. Side to side plank, you're right. Thank you very much. See? Embrace the messiness. And even as a teacher, no rain, no flowers. And when there's rain, what do? We listen. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Flutter the lips, let it go. Right side, crescent lunge. Firm into the feet and then rise to your crescent lunge. Right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Hands come to your heart center. Pressing down through the feet, lift up a little bit. And then lean forward and hook that left elbow over the right knee. Twisting towards the wall in the studio. And be here. Be here, feeling into the feet, firming you. Legs hugging into the leg bones. Pit of the belly pulling in and up. So there's a little space from the belly and the torso and the thigh. Okay, with strength in your legs, open to warrior two. Feet firm into the mat. All 10 toes lift. All 10 toes spread. And then you place them back down on the mat. Bending into the right knee. Pressing the right knee towards the pinky toe edge of the mat. Okay, and keeping the right knee exactly where it is, reverse warrior. Up and back. Extended side angle. With a nice generous bend in that right knee. And you bring the left arm up and over, stacking the shoulders, stretching through the side body. Half bind or full bind. Bird of paradise, reverse bird of paradise. No rain, no flowers. Pressing into whatever is touching the mat, embracing whatever wobbles might be there, embracing whatever thoughts might be coming through your mind right now. Birds, make your way down. Everyone high to low plank. Tapas in that right thigh. Tapas, your heat, your discipline. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left side crescent lunge. Back, right heels lifted up. And squeeze the 2 feet towards one another. So the legs are super strong. The pit of the belly's pulling in and up. There's a rooting down, a lifting up, and then bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to draw up and exhale to twist. Sthira Sukha Asana with stability and ease in the pose. Where can you strengthen? And at the same time, where can you soften? So the feet are firm, the legs are strong, but there's a softness in the face. Okay, pressing down through the feet, open to your warrior 2. Left knee bending so that you're pressing towards the pinky toe edge of the mat. You should be able to see your left big toe. And then stack the left knee over the left ankle, flip in reverse, extended side angle. Spreading your wings or reaching the right arm up and over. Wherever you are, tuck the tailbone towards the back right foot. Mula Bandha hugging in. Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Half bind or full bind. Bird of paradise, reverse bird of paradise. Ujjayi breath and drishti. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High to low plank. Nicely held, everyone. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Vitality in your whole body. Walk forward to your hands. Flat back, length, and bow. Okay, chair pose, Utkatasana. Heels pressing down and away from one another, so you feel it in the outer hips. Tailbone dropping, chest bone lifting, and the fingers are spread super wide. Hasta bandhas, alive with energy, yes. Hands to heart center and twist to the right. Left elbow hooks over the right knee, so you're twisting towards the wall in the studio. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Pull the left hip back. And release. Separate the feet, hips distance or wider. Grab your big toes. Come into a halfway lift. Have a bit of extension through the spine. And then fold forward down the legs. Let the head drop. Feel an active release by pulling the toes up, pressing the toes down. Come back to your chair pose. Feet together to touch. Sitting as deep as you can and hugging in. Twist to the left. Using that right elbow as leverage to draw the chest up. Pit of the belly's pulling in and up. Hips lower than the heart. So can you draw the chest up a little bit and at the same time sink the hips down a little bit? Gorilla. Palms of the hands completely under the soles of the feet. Nod the head yes. Shake your head no. Nod the head yes. Yes for embracing whatever rain happens on the mat, whatever wobbles, whatever little falters, whatever negative thoughts might even arise, just let them be. Crow or crow practice. And actually, let's everyone do a bit of crow practice. So if you normally sink down into your squat malasana, we're all going to come forward and just do a little play. So hands pressing really firmly into the mat. Feel all 10 fingers. And you're bringing your knees up towards your upper arm bones, towards the armpits. And maybe you're just lifting one foot, trying to kick your bum. And place it back down. And then you lift your left foot, place it back down. Maybe eventually you can lift both toes off the mat, even if it's just a centimeter. You're just playing, you're testing, you're exploring. No rain, no flowers. For 3, 2, 1, shoot back low plank. Amazing you. All of you, incredible. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. If we don't try, we never know. And sometimes it works and sometimes we fall. Who cares? Walk forward to your hands, flat back, and fold. Rise all the way up to stand. Eagle on the right. Equanimity, right arm under, right leg over. Is it getting too hot in here? Woo! Tapas. Okay, press into that standing foot. Squeeze the inner thighs. Transition to the other side. Left leg over, left arm under. Experiencing even the transition. Pressing down to pull in to create. Eagle on the right. Your practice. Drishti, Ujjayi. From here, unwrap the right leg. Step back to a crescent lunge with the warrior, with eagle arms. Lift your elbow tips up. Maybe you can look up. Maybe you can go back a little bit. Squeezing the 2 feet towards one another. Pit of the belly is pulling in and up. And then start to lean forward. And with power in that left leg, you press up to your warrior 3. Arms come back like wings. Right foot super flex, toes spread wide, toes pointing down. And now bring your hands to heart center and open to your half moon. Left hand down, right arm up, spreading through every limb in your body, expressing your half moon. Right leg lifting up, hips stacking. Hand can be on a mat, hand can be on a block. Maybe you're even grabbing that top right foot, Triposana grab. And then if you have the grab, you release the grab. Right hand comes down to the mat, square your hips. Curtsy squats, right knee behind the left ankle and you squat. And then kick back. For 5, belly's pulling in as you curtsy and then you press back. 4, 3, squat and press back. 2, squeeze in and press back. Final 1, squat, and then press back, lower the right leg down, ragdoll at the top of the mat, grabbing opposite elbow or hands behind your back, reaching the arms up and over. Let go of whatever you need to let go of. Let go of whatever just happened. Rise all the way up to stand. Eagle on the left. What is possible? Possible, impossible. Notice what your mind's telling you. Unwrap the left leg and gently step back to your crescent lunge, keeping the arms as they are. Feel the right foot pressing down, the left big toe mound hugging in, and then you lift your elbows, look up, look back, and then start to draw the arms forward and press up to your warrior three, hugging the leg muscles in. Who cares if there's a wobble? We all have wobbles. Embrace it, learn from it. Warrior three, arms with arms back like wings. Okay, right foot pressing down, pit of the belly pulling in and up. From here, hands come to the heart center, and then you express into half moon. Pressing the back foot up and back, spreading the toes. Leg muscles on both legs, super strong. Hug them into the bone. And as you hug in, then you can express out. And we can begin again, just resetting. Okay, left hand comes down to the mat. Curtsy squats, left foot, left knee behind the right ankle, and you kick it back. Sink down and press it back. Fingertips grounding you, right foot grounding you. Your Ujjayi breath is strong and fluid. It's a yoga practice, everyone, not a yoga prison. For 3, 2, and 1. Ragdoll. Arms wherever you need them to be, behind the head, behind the neck. Knowing that at every point in their practice, you can choose to begin again, whatever happens. Rise up to stand. Tree on the right. Set your foundations. Hug the leg muscles to the leg bones, and then lift that right leg into the left thigh. And express your tree by reaching the arms up and overhead. Maybe bringing them into cactus arms. Have a little fun with your tree, fun with your forest of trees in here. Tree on the left. Transition. Pressing down, pulling in, reaching up. No rain, no flowers. Whatever happens, happens. Keep the arms lifted up. Lower the left leg down. Step to the top of your yoga mat. Reach up a little bit more. Take a breath in here and then fold. Clear the breath out. Halfway lift. High to low plank or straight to downward facing dog. Right side warrior 2. Triangle. Hips shift back, right arm reaches forward. And with length through the spine, through the side body, you open to your triangle. Feet rooting you here. Right glute wraps under. Shoulders are stacked. Pit of the belly pulling in and up towards the spine. Okay, really feel the feet press down, and from there, try to rip the mat apart. So the feet are stretching the mat, and then hug the feet in towards one another. With firm feet, you rise up to stand. Turn the right foot to the side of the yoga mat, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Fold forward, letting the head drop down towards the earth. Hands can stay at your hips, or they can come under the shoulders, or even walk back behind you. Option to come upside down into tripod headstand. Allow the crown of the head to come down towards earth. Steady the gaze, 2 eyes, 1 point. And start lengthening the breaths. Tripoders, make your way down. Everyone hands to hips. And inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Pyramid on the right. Right foot to 12 o'clock at the front of the mat. Left foot steps in. Hands behind your back. Reverse namaste or hands to elbow tips. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. As you fold, pull that right hip back. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, right hip's pulling back. Belly's pulling in to create more space for you to fold a little bit deeper and relax the head, relax the neck. Release the arms, halfway lift. High plank to low plank. Through a vinyasa to your downward facing dog. Left side warrior 2. The feet ground, you reach out. Triangle, left hand reaches forward, length, 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 and then open. All 4 corners of the feet root you into this moment, root you here. The feet rooted down into earth, getting earth's energy, and all of earth's energy rises through your legs, comes through the torso, and comes out through that top hand. Rip the mat apart with the feet. Hug the feet in towards one another. And then rise all the way up to stand. Left foot turns towards the side of your yoga mat. Turn the heels in now. And start to sink down into your goddess pose. Okay, take a little bit of time just to shift from side to side. Heels in, toes out. Yeah, have a little play. Woo, okay, and then sink the hips a little bit more. Mula Bandha's pulling in. Broaden across the chest. Drop your right shoulder, look over the left. And then come back through center. Drop the left shoulder, look over the right. Come back to center. Belly's pulling in. One more time to the left. Feet rooting you here. Come back to center. Over to the left. Left shoulder drops. Look over the right. And then come back to center. Okay, bring your hands to heart center. Lift the right heel. Lower the right heel. Lift the other heel. Lower that heel. Now try to lift both heels. Hug the leg muscles in. Press into the big toe mounds, little toe mounds. And maybe you can sink a little bit more. A little bounce, 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 bounce. No rain, no flowers for 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels down. Reach the arms up and over. Turn the toes in and fold. Let the head drop down. No rain, no flowers. Who cares if there was a little wobble? And then you have this moment to let go. Pressing the outer edges of the feet away from one another. Letting the head drop down. Hands to hips. And inhale, rise all the way up. Set up for your pyramid on the left. Inhale to draw up and exhale to fold. Hips are square towards the front, and it's like your seat bones are pressing back evenly and equally to the back of the space. Walk this foot over here. And then step this foot in a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay. Yep, there. Pressing into the feet, folding over the left leg. Pit of the belly pulls in towards the spine to create more space. And now inhale to your flat back, hands to the mat, high to low plank or straight to downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, do whatever you need to do right here, right now to reset. Whatever has happened on the mat, embrace it. Okay, let's shift forward to high plank. Lift the right leg all the way up, straight back, I should say. Left leg lifted, right leg's lifted. Lower the right leg down now, lift the left leg. Three-legged plank. Okay, lower the left foot, lift the right foot. Now try to lift the left arm. Well, I know, there's wobbles. Breathe deeply, focus the gaze. Strengthen through the right leg, the left arm, and lower the left hand down. There's wobbles for me too. Who cares about perfection? This is all about just testing. Okay, left leg lifts, firm into the right foot, strengthen the left leg, and then lift your right arm. Lower belly's pulling in. Yeah, maybe use a little prop in front of you. For 3, 2, 1, lower the leg, lower the foot, lower yourself all the way down to earth. Oh. Let the body rest for a moment. Let the body surrender. Cheek to one side. Cheek to the other side. Forehead to the mat. Setting up for locust. Arms behind your back. Right thumb on top. Okay. Inhale, set it up. And then exhale to lift. Legs lift, arms lift. Squeeze the soles of the hands together and squeeze them back towards the feet. Lower down. Sway the hips from side to side. A moment to restore, a moment to reset. And then switch the clasp of the hand, left thumb on top. Forehead to the mat. You take a breath in to prepare. And then as you breathe out, everything lifts off the mat. Squeeze the palms of the hands in, squeeze the rhomboid muscles, the muscles that line the shoulders, squeeze them in towards the spine. So there's a hugging into the midline and at the same time creating length through from the feet to the crown of the head. Point the toes, flex the toes, point the toes, and then lower all the way down. Perfectly imperfect. Every single one of us. And that's what makes us all so unique and so special. Floor bow. You are ready now for this floor bow. Grab your ankles, the tops of the feet. Create resistance by kicking the feet into the hands, hands into the feet, and then lift. Doesn't matter how high you lift. It doesn't matter what comes off the mat. The intention of lifting, of drawing up and allowing your breath to be strong and fluid. And lower. Sway the legs from side to side. Oh. One more floor bow. You are ready now. Grab your ankles, and create your fullest expression of this floor bow. Feet into the hands into the feet, shoulder blades squeezing in, maybe even the legs hugging in towards one another. It's like there's a beach ball between the thighs and you're squeezing it in. Take one more breath in to draw up and then lower. Sway the hips from side to side. Cobra or up dog. Stretch the belly. Downward facing dog with bent knees, lengthening through the spine. Downward facing dog, Jackie, with turbo knees, with bent knees, just to create a little length through the spine. And then let's drop down onto the knees, set up for camel. Toes can be tucked or tops of the feet flat on the mat. Hands behind the sacrum. Really engage the leg muscle. So your legs muscles hugging into the bones, pit of the belly is pulling in and up, and then roll the shoulders up and back. And as you do that, start to lift the chest, the gaze. Maybe that's your spot to stay. Or maybe you choose to go back a little bit more. Your body. So explore, see what depth you can go to. And then start to tuck the chin and rise back up. Sit back on your heels. Close your eyes. Reset right here. Feel the flow of energy running through. Feel the breath going in and out. And we're going to do one more camel. Set yourself up and go up. One more camel. Stretching the upper back, firming into the legs, the lower belly. Yeah, maybe you can reach back for the heels. On an inhale, rise back up. Tabletop position. Cat-cow to reset. And then make your way onto your backs. Setting up for bridge. Feet at hips distance. Bridge number one. Your backs are ready. Your whole body is ready. Everything we've done until now has warmed your body up to do these back bends. So pressing into the feet, you lift the hips up and create your bridge. First bridge. Steady your gaze. And then lower the hips down to earth or stay. Reset by swaying the knees from side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. Back bend number two. Wheel or bridge. Whatever's touching the mat, press firmly into that as a foundation and then lift up. Stay or lower all the way down. Do what you need to do to reset. Third back bend, wheel or bridge. Create, express. Pressing into the mat, lifting up. Feet at 12 o'clock. Hips distance, maybe even moving forward and back if you're in your full wheel. And then lower yourself down to earth. Sway your knees from side to side. Back bend number 4. How many are we doing today? Who knows? Fourth back bend. Keep you on your toes for something. Okay, so pressing down and lifting up. The more you press down, the more you connect with earth, the more you're able to lift up and express. Lower yourself down to earth. Sway your knees from side to side. Fifth and final back bend. Oh, final one. Set yourself up and go up. Choose what you need. Intentional about how you're creating this back bend. Maybe it's a wheel, maybe it's a bridge, maybe it's dynamic, maybe it's passive. Wherever you are, Ujjayi breath. Steady your gaze. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees out to the side, eyes closed, one hand on your heart center, one hand on your belly. Oh, tap into how you're feeling right now. Reconnect with your intention. What was your intention for class today? Happy baby. And if you can't grab the outside edges of the feet, you can grab the ankles, the backs of the thighs, pulling the knees down towards your armpits. Maybe rocking and rolling a little from side to side. Lengthening each inhale, each exhale. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Lift the legs directly overhead. Feet stacked over the hips. Hands by your side, palms facing down. Sacrum presses down. And then we're just going to pulse up. Tiny, tiny little pulses. Pulse, pulse. Lifting the tailbone, the sacrum, tiny bit. Like you can just lift a piece, put a paper underneath it. That's all you're lifting. Lift, lift, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift over to the right, shift over to the left. Little lift to the right, to the left. Little lifts, little lifts, little lift. Steady your gaze directly above you or close the eyes. Maybe try putting a little smile on your lips if you're feeling like this is softening, 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 and at the same time strengthening. Okay, over to the right, over to the left, over to the right, over to the left for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Ah. Roll from side to side, massaging the lower back. Bicycles. Stack your knees over your hips. Hands interlace behind your neck, and then right elbow, left knee. And switch, switch, switch. Feel your feet pressing away as you cross, cross, cross. For another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Hello, body. Okay, rock and roll 2 or 3 times along the spine. Make your way through a vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Okay, right leg lifts and right foot steps outside the right pinky finger. Shift forward and back in your lizard. And then settle, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes, feel the hips dropping down. And then go to your depth, maybe coming down onto the forearms. Maybe turning the right foot out to the right about 2 o'clock and pressing the inner thigh away from you. Yeah, and like Kimmy, you could grab your back foot, creating a little bit of a back bend. Close your eyes. Let your body be moved from the inside out. So feeling where your body needs to go to get this stretch. And wherever you are, come back up onto your hands, heel toe your right foot to the middle of the mat and draw your hips back into a half split. Right heel pressing down, toes flexed. Inhale to lengthen the chest forward and exhale to fold a little bit deeper. If you want to take it a little bit further into your full split, you start to work the right heel forward. Or you stay in your half split, feeling the stretch through the hamstrings on the back of the right leg. Using your breath to lengthen and deepen. Okay, if you're in full split, you start to make your way out by coming to half split first. And then everyone come to your tabletop, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift your left leg. Lizard on the left. Left foot outside the left pinky. And start just by moving forward and back on the toes and on the feet. So active lizard, moving forward, moving back, lubricating the hips a little bit. And then you settle and drop the back knee and go to your fullest expression. Finding your edge. And we all live in different bodies. Hips heaving down. Okay, wherever you are, you come back up onto your hands, moving the foot to the middle of the mat. Inhale draws the hips back. Hands can be on either side of the left foot. Maybe they're up on blocks. Inhale to draw the chest forward. And then exhale to fold over the left leg. So there's a little turn of the torso. The left foot is active. And you're pulling the left hip back. You're moving into your full split. You start to make your way forward. Or you stay. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. 6 hamstrings at the back of our thigh bone. Ujjayi breath. Start to make your way out. Splits come to half split first. And then to tabletop. to downward facing dog. Half pigeon on the right. And you take your time to set yourself up in your half pigeon. Left foot, ankle directly behind the left hip. And then walk your hands forward, come down on forearms or all the way down. Again, you might explore moving your body over to one side or twisting. And then let the body rest here. Feel the muscles starting to melt away from the bones. Scan the body from crown of the head all the way down. Softening wherever you can soften. Half pigeon on the left. Taking whatever time you need to establish your half pigeon or any other hip opener that works for you. And then let your body rest here. Let your body completely surrender in this half pigeon. And for some of us, that's easier. For some of us, it's a little bit more challenging. If it's a little more challenging, bring all your attention to your breath. And let the breath move into the spot where you're feeling sensation, where you're feeling tension, where you're feeling yourself hug in and hold on. Seated forward fold. Make your way up, both legs reach out front. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. And then exhale to fold forward. Let this be a really passive forward fold. So the feet are relaxed, the legs are relaxed, and you just let the body, the torso just drape over the thighs. Luna's making her way to say hi over there. Doesn't realize there's a door, a wall. Folding in on yourself. Compressing the internal organs. Pacifying the nervous system. And then inhale to rise back up. Make your way onto your back. Ending with a twist. So lying onto your back, pull your right knee in. And twist over to the left. Let the shoulders relax down. Breathe in. Soften, soften, soften. And try to soften whatever else you can soften. Closing the eyes, moving your drishti, internal, inside. Come back to center and switch sides. Left knee draws in and you twist over to the right. Bottom hip and gaze to the left. And then come back to center, squeeze both knees into your chest. Final collective breath in. Pausing at the top. And then sipping a little bit more air. And now open your mouth and exhale. Ah, let go, let go, let go. Shavasana. Final resting pose. Set yourself up in a way that allows you to be supremely comfortable for a few minutes in stillness. With the knowledge that everything that happened during the practice was exactly what needed to happen. No rain, no flowers. Even if it was messy, you got what you needed from it. And now is where the real magic happens, lying in stillness in your Shavasana. Start to come back to your physical body. Wiggling toes, fingers. Really gentle, subtle movements. Moving the head from side to side. Reach the arms overhead. Full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest and roll over to one side. Eventually making your way up to an easy seat. Keeping the eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. Acknowledge yourself for all the work that you've just done. Come back to whatever intention you set. Let it stay with you throughout the day. Take a moment to just flood your system with gratitude. Whatever you're grateful for right now, let it be really present in your entire body. No rain, no flowers. Let's seal the practice in together with one final Om. Breathe in. Thumb tips to forehead center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Together we bow and say namaste.